was before in the last patch. But the thing is, with the Demon Slayer emblem, we are probably going to see the same kind of Benedetta, the tank Benedetta that Albert used in the MSC event.
Okay, so with that said, both compositions have been locked in stone here for game number 1 between Onic as well as Rebellion. This is the talents prediction without knowing the drafts, right? All three of us have opted for Onic this time around. And why is this, Arashi?
Well, Onic has a lot more success so far, and they have the effect of actually having Kairi, right? So there's a lot of hype surrounding this transfer, per se, and we're really looking forward to like seeing how he performs, because the rumors have been insane. And look at the audience prediction by TikTok, man.
Yeah, well, the audience agrees with us. 92%. That is the most one-sided audience prediction we've seen in Season 10 so far. It has mostly been quite equal, with GeekFam even fighting back against Alter Ego in the audience prediction. But Eterna, we're about to step into this one-pick-style composition versus a team fight comp that Onic has. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The debut of Kairi in Indonesia. We're jumping straight into the land of dawn for the match as Samo is pushing on so much damage already onto Val. But Val, pure class. Oof, just staying composed there, not using the flicker.
I'm a little disappointed.
Why?
Just a little. Because there's so much reputation surrounding Kairi on those assassins that I really wish that he would have pulled that out. But maybe it's going to be a perfect strat, as even Kairi on his Akai is going to deal so much damage onto Suelo, hindering his movements once again.
Let's see, Battle of the Little Wanderer. It's actually going to be Kairi who doesn't get it. Fearless wins out the Retribution battle early on, and Rebellion Zion lead.
I thought that Onic is supposed to go a lot more aggressive there. Oh, but Val gets a hook onto Samo HT, and he will be able to escape. But honestly, they actually got the earlier, they won the earlier trade using the G poke, to try and track down Val. And actually, Samo was able to cancel out the regen from Val. So he came into that fight with low HP, and so Onic had more manpower. I thought they would definitely go for something a bit more aggressive, but I guess they're playing it a bit more cautious, knowing that Rebellion Zion, they are a very aggressive team, right? So Onic opt for the calm, calculated way.
Now that's the thing, Rebellion Zion right now is playing towards their comfort. They're leading in this early game. They're trying to build more map pressure as well as awareness to be able to get these neutral objectives. But once again, it is going to be a little here in that mid side.
Yeah, Fearless jumping in with Eye for an Eye onto Samo. Kairi not offering that heavy spin just yet. Gonna get dished out there. It might be first blood, but heavy spin brings Fearless back. 5-3, getting that first blood in his debut. Presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
Ooh, Kairi as well as Samo barely escapes there, but off camera it is going to be saved. W taken out in a 1v1 situation against Highs, our rookie that we know came from Pawn. So this is already very interesting, as once again here, Boots caught in 1v3.
We got a game on our hands, man. This is already shaping up to be a classic, as Rebellion Zion has the pressure for the turtle. Notice how, again, Arashi, the setup from Rebellion, this is what we mentioned so many times about this team. They're so good at setting up in the early game and looking for these crazy skirmishes, but Boots, he doesn't want to give it over to Rebellion. He goes in 1v3, picks up a kill on the backside as Kairi goes in for Retribution, and he gets it. Fearless now, trying to dish out the damage. I'm offended onto two members in a combo wombo with the real world manipulation is there. Kairi 1 HP! He still survives! Wait, he goes in for the damage on to the minion Boots, finishes off Suelo, but Suelo getting out.
Suelo with the outplay there with a 1v2 situation, barely amount of HP he's actually able, but both teams have actually opted for that Demon Slayer. Why is this? Is it still good?
Well, it has been good before. Yeah, man, what? In mid lane, I guess Kairi just got another pick there with the help of Drian, is able to just delete him. But back to the topic, Arashi, Demon Slayer. We've seen more Demon Slayer than Killing Spree than
ability to get your team ahead without being responsible for dealing the damage and securing the kills.
Fearless though, with the trade, jumping in with an Eye for an Eye, not able to get out just yet, but there you go. Final Eye for an Eye, timed perfectly by Samo to bring him back. I'm offended there. Val bringing Kairi back to the under the turret, but it's gonna get cancelled out. No bloody hunt full duration. Both teams disengage, and both teams will just go for the turtle and the trade.
Yeah, it does seem like Onic Esports is going to set up faster. Val here misses his iron hook. He was anticipating someone to be circling around in that area, but understanding that they cannot contest this turtle, it does seem like Rebellion Zion is going to be rotating towards that top side.
Oh, enhanced game, but CW is able to outplay in true CW fashion, surviving a 1v3.
He just dodges out of everything and sidesteps just perfectly, man. Cold, calm, nerves of steel. As Boots is just showing up in the bottom side, and Diamond will be taken very low. He almost gets taken out. One more bolt would have got to him, but that won't be a kill for Drian. That will be a tower for Onic Esports, though.
Heavily on getting the winning lane. Diamond winning the lane in the bottom side is crucial, but so far they haven't been able to do it. Here, Boots in a 2v1 is actually able to zone the members away, taking a lot of HP down, but finally Rebellion both bottom and almost taking down that top side too. Very low HP, but because Onic were the ones to first get those turrets, it's gonna be really hard for Rebellion to contest any neutral objective. Fearless gonna get zoned out, and that's a free turtle to the hands of Onic. Once again, going to the hands of Kairi. Turtle slain by Samsung Galaxy A series.
Yeah, Rebellion Zion, they're trying their hardest to be able to open up the space that Onic Esports has really pressured onto them. And now, once again, Onic Esports, with that initiative movement, is going to rotate towards that top side, take Val out, and eventually take yet another objective on the board. So the trades are happening, but at this rate, Onic Esports, they're trading a little bit faster than Rebellion Zion.
Absolutely, and they're making sure that the members that matter are getting the resources they need. CW just picked up the golden staff, and he has a bit of physical defense to his game, so he will be secure, as I stated, though. He gets taken out with magic damage, and the fight breaks out as Rebellion pulls the trigger.
Kairi way too tanky, a lot of peel here. Boots to be able to use knockout strike as Diamond Fender connects onto Fearless. Fearless disengaging as Diamond goes deep under the real world inflation, but look at that, it's gonna be the final blow, taking Samo down. Boots taken low, but he's ultimately able to win out in that trade. Rebellion 2-1. CW fell in the midst of that team fight.
Yeah, they're not going down without a fight. I mean, CW already 0-1 in terms of KDA as Fearless goes in once again.
Uh-oh, Fearless jumping in, way low, taken low, but the turret comes and falls down. Rebellion Zion coming back in this game in the 8th minute. The Beatrix is getting that power spike very soon.
I think it all started with Sway Low actually getting the jump onto CW.
Because Boots already cleared that lane out. Now, so we're going to see with that thing being the current situation, we see Val once again with the iron hook that connects.
Oh, that was a bad target to go for. It was the roamer, and Samo was instantly able to punish that fact. Meanwhile, Highs in that bush, waiting for someone to step in. Kairi jumping in way too aggressively there. Will be punished for a bit. He's taken low, but in the backside, look at the blazing duet. Unable to connect onto Highs. He's still able to position himself out. Fearless jumping out of the real world isolation, and that is Rebellion getting out of the fight. They do lose one, and it's Onic to take the favorable trade.
It's a favorable trade, and they get control right now, but most of their heroes are actually on low HP base all the way before the next team fight.
Another thing that we could highlight from the side of Onic Esports is how Drian is such an unsung hero. I mean, from every time Rebellion Zion wants to go for those aggressive team fights, that real-world manipulation is always just there to back them up, and he actually itemized for that Ice Queen wand first. So instead of the Enchanted Talisman, he went for that. So building that utility, building that slow, and you can definitely feel the impact when it came down to it.
I mean, Val is just like trying to check the bushes with the iron hooks, and if he does that, he does not have the chance to land it on the members that matter. Fearless gets quite aggressive, but Val tries to make something happen.
Yeah, look at that. That's going to be the Electro final blow onto the back line, going on to Drian. Fearless trying to disrupt, look at Kairi. He's able to zone Fearless away here with help of the real world manipulation. Kairi taking that damage onto Fearless. He's going to be taken down. Dyrant trying to put more damage onto the team, but the Vengeance perfectly timed will not be enough to save him from his impending doom. It's a 1-for-2. Onic, again, winning out of the trades.
Winning out of the trade and taking down Fearless as well, so they don't have any pressure onto this next board. Without the retribution, it's going to be very difficult for Rebellion Zion to steal this away. It is still possible, as you can see here. Highs and Swalo, they're not far off.
Oh, Swalo almost goes for the steal. CW juking for a bit, but Swalo will fall to the hands of Drian. Boots gets hooked. No more fight. Both teams disengaging. Rebellion knowing that they lost this trade, but just go back.
Now Onic will try and make plays with the Lord, and honestly, there's such a good read on the intentions of Rebellion Zion in those team fights, man. Understanding that Val is the only real engage tool, we saw that once Val uses his Iron Hook to try and check in the bushes, instead of using perhaps a bit of the other skills, never mind that. Fight breaks out right now, and once again, that's a proactive move, but it's an equal trade for both teams.
Yeah, an equal trade. It is going to be both caught in a 1v2 situation and lost that, but in return, he bought a lot of time for the side of Onic Esports to get yet another objective in that mid-side turret. But you can see that the Lord is already marching down there in the bottom side, and Heiz is already sniffing out the whereabouts of Samo here.
Good decision making by both Onic and Rebellion. Rebellion, knowing they can't defend 5v5 in the mid lane, they rotate towards that top side, baiting Boots into the bush to actually pick him off. Meanwhile, Onic, sure, you can have Boots. We'll just trade it for the mid lane turret, get more map pressure. But now we're going to take a look at the items. Sway low though. Oh, very aggressive onto Drian, but no, that's a 1v3. Sway low, going to fall. That's a mega kill picked up by Kairi.
Unfortunately, it does not pay off for Swaylo right now. Onic just picked up on the tendency for Swaylo to go for those quote-unquote assassinations. That is what his item build is made for, so he does not get the pick he desires. And it's so difficult because now, without the engage tool, he just go in aggressively, and that will be yet another pick for Onic. Everything has happened so fast, and they're just so sure of the outcome.
Man, that was such a good concealed play by Onic. Now they've eliminated Rebellion Zion's main damage dealer in Heiz and is going to push the siege even further. They've taken a tower in the top side. They're looking for the mid, really just asphyxiating Rebellion Zion, taking away all their buffs as well as that jungle, as Samo once again might be looking for a play onto Rebellion Zion.
Oh, they might just go for it here. They're going to try to keep down that mid lane, but look at the flanks. Look at the flanks. They're all just being ready. Sway low with the enhanced chain connecting onto two. No follow by the defended Samo. My goodness, find 3 on the board, and that's going to be 3 taken down. Swaylo looking for the trade, but he comes in way too late. You're all alone. Boots takes the kill, and it's a 4-4-0 for Onic Esports.
Crazy support and update here from the side of Onic Esports in that particular team fight. They're going all in here, understanding that Heiz is the only single person left to defend this one.
Ooh, they have 2 more seconds before Val is respawn, and Heiz is doing a great job of defending, but he needs to be careful. They have 4 members, they have enough force to take him out. He just clear the wave, but he will be taken out, and that will be Onic Esports taking the first game away.
Wow, 14 minutes is all it took for this new roster to take down Rebellion Zion. 19-7 in the end.
That was harsh. And we can't say that it was too one-sided either, because we saw glimpses of how Rebellion could have taken that against Onic Esports, but just somehow, some way, every time Rebellion Zion wanted to go and on the initiative, Onic Esports seemed to be 1 and 2 steps ahead. And this is Samo and not Keyboy in that roaming position, but Samo had a huge impact in those team fights, in those skirmishes, to be able to just be and pave the way for the other members from the side of Onic to dish out the damage that they needed.
Absolutely, man. They understood that Val is the only real engage they have, so they just count on that happening, and they're always able to get a jump on the members of Rebellion Zion. Not a single time did we see someone get hooked, and it's disaster for Onic. They're always ready, they were always prepared, and there was no other play. There's no other different strategies that Rebellion can, feint the Iron Hook with. So it's just very difficult, and I do believe that in that final moment, there must be some sort of miscommunication, because it seems like a solid play. Swaylo got the insane flank, but then he backs away, and the team moves forward, and he just wasn't ready anymore.